Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, I'm Courtney Ryan, and today we're going to be reacting to a TikTok video of a girl reacting to something that went viral on X. So let's watch it, reconvene, and I will tell you what I think.
So this went viral on X, and it has me a little frustrated at my fellow females. An incel account, which if you don't know what an incel is, it's a man that declares to be involuntarily celibate, meaning that they don't think that they can do anything to attain women because they are not attractive enough. With the intention to affirm their point, they created a fake dating profile of a very attractive man, and they put in the dating profile, "I have a criminal record for beating a woman, but we all have a past." This account receives 800 matches in 48 hours. 800 matches. Ladies, nobody's that hot. No woman beater is that hot, okay? And trust me, I'm not going to deny that if a hot woman in a bikini put in her profile, "I have a past of theft and domestic violence," she'd probably get 800 matches too.
All right, I have so many thoughts on this topic. Even though this has been circulating for a while and I may be late to the conversation per usual, it's better late than never, right? So first things first, let's acknowledge that we have no concrete idea of what actually happened here. This story didn't exactly make it into any credible research journals, so who knows how valid it really is. They could have gone in after the fact and changed the bio. We genuinely do not know. But that's a key takeaway for anything online. A healthy dose of skepticism goes a long way. And the reason I say that is because I've reacted to things in the past that have come out as fake or manipulated with or just not valid, so I want to make that clear from the beginning. Now, just after watching this, I have a couple different thoughts that I want to discuss. I am not trying to make excuses or be swayed on one side versus the other, but rather come in with a balanced approach, trying to see every possible angle of what could have happened here. One thing I want to touch on really quickly is dating app usage and the reality of people looking at your photos versus your bio. I think one possibility here is that this really highlights how often people overlook bios entirely, focusing solely on photos when they're swiping through dating apps. From my own experience and from countless conversations that I've had with women, your photos carry far more weight than your bio does. And I imagine that it's similar for men. If someone is attractive, they are likely to get a right swipe as a yes, regardless of what is written beneath their pictures. Now, not always. I know some people are thorough and they approach dating apps the right way and are actually looking for compatibility. They're looking through bios, they're vetting people out and really trying to find true compatibility, which is what I would recommend on a dating app. But the reality and what I think most people are doing are just looking at the photos. So that could be a possibility here. Again, not trying to make excuses or saying that no women liked it when they saw the bio, but I think that is definitely a possibility. Now, I also have to wonder if people just didn't take the bio seriously. It is such an outlandish thing to see on a dating app. I think if I came across a profile that said something like this, I would be sort of skeptical, thinking this can't possibly be real, because that's just not something that you see people say on dating apps. Like, it's very odd. And while I definitely wouldn't swipe right myself if I saw that in the bio, I could see how others might see it as some sort of wicked, twisted, dark humor. Not necessarily the most funny, but you know. I always try my best to come into my videos with a balanced approach, and I try to see both sides, especially with reaction videos. So we're just considering all the possibilities here, not making excuses. Rather than watching this video and concluding that women are specifically drawn to bad guys or criminals, I think this actually shows that most women are just focusing on photos, which, yes, does underscore how superficial our society has become, but that's just kind of how dating apps work. So if you're not okay with that, I just wouldn't use a dating app. Looks do seem to carry the most weight on dating apps. And this is not exactly a mystery. He's an incredibly attractive guy, and attractive people generally have more options. This holds true for both men and women, but you don't need to look like a model to find a partner. A quick look around any public space is going to confirm this, and I think it's a chronically online mindset to think otherwise. So as always, I encourage everyone to get outside, take a deep breath, and touch some grass. Maybe lay down in it, roll around while you're at it. Now, I do think it's also worth acknowledging a reality that we've all probably noticed at some point. Yes, some women are drawn to bad boys and make choices that might seem puzzling. To me, to you, to a lot of people. There are women who write to prisoners or who knowingly date men with problematic pasts. Why? Well, the reasons might vary. Perhaps a need for excitement, past experiences that shape their choices, an addiction to chaos and dysfunction, personal insecurities, The list goes on, and I'm not condoning that, but I'm just telling you the reality. But the reality is, a woman who is in a balanced, healthy place is highly unlikely to be drawn to such relationships and men. And if she were, she might not be someone that you'd want to build a relationship with yourself. So I think it's best to not get too caught up in these examples. Of course, this doesn't reflect on all women. I think that goes without saying. Some men too are drawn to complicated relationships or taking on the "but I can fix her" mindset. But that doesn't mean that I should change who I am to attract them, or that I should feel discouraged because certain men seek a specific type of woman. I wouldn't want to be with guys who are into girls like that. Stay the heck away from me, actually. We all have different preferences and boundaries, and it's wise to focus on finding someone compatible with you rather than being distracted by choices that don't resonate with us anyway. I don't think it's productive to do that. I didn't go on X and look at the original content. I'm only going off of this video that I'm reacting to. I would imagine that some women did in fact read the bio and still matched and messaged anyway. But again, I don't know if focusing on that or being so caught up in someone that we wouldn't be attracted to anyway really does us any favors. Of course, we know that some women are into bad men. That is nothing new here. But are those actually women that you would want to be with? Probably not. And not all women are into that. So while there is truth in that, I think there's also truth in the fact that some women probably didn't even read the bio and only saw the photos. And look at the photo. This man looks like a model. Obviously, people are going to swipe right on him. But just because this man looks like a model doesn't mean that you need to look like a model to have a girlfriend. That is just objectively not true and so chronically online to think that way. Again, go to your local Walmart or Target or whatever store is near you, and you will see that this is just not the reality. And I also have to say this. I genuinely hope that the creator behind this profile understands the impact of this type of content, not just on views, but on the dating world at large. And yet, they likely do understand that and continue to do it because it drives engagement. Let's be clear, this kind of rage bait content only deepens the divide between men and women, fueling negativity and extremes on either side that serve no one, least of all, your own dating life. What I really want to emphasize is not to let this type of content fill you with this resentment or convince you that all women or men are like this. The same way that we hope women don't generalize all men based on the actions of a few, it's equally unfair to assume that all women fit a single narrative. Unfortunately, I see this cycle perpetuated constantly online, especially on platforms like Twitter or X, because it performs well as faceless rage bait. Yes, there's no denying that modern dating is challenging, with both men and women facing real frustrations. We are all products of our society, and it's really complicated. But some of the responses I see surrounding this type of content are truly disturbing and frankly inexcusable. And remember, people who find themselves in happy, healthy relationships probably didn't get there by harboring hate for the opposite gender. And I'll leave you with this. The internet can be an incredibly dark place, so I would encourage you to use your best judgment as you navigate it. Choose so wisely what you consume and who you follow, and don't let divisive content shape your outlook on relationships or all women. I promise there is a better way forward than doing that. So guys, that's all I have for this video. If you liked it or found it helpful, be sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel to be in the loop for when I release new content. I would love to hear from you guys down below. Please try your best to keep it productive. I don't think we get anywhere by being vitriolic or hateful towards each other, but I would love to hear from you guys down below. Also, if you have a video you want me to react to, let me know down in the comments or send it my way over on TikTok specifically. You can tag me, you can DM me, whatever floats your boat, whatever's easiest, but I love reacting to content that you guys send me directly. If you haven't already, be sure to follow me over on Instagram at Courtney Christine Ryan. I love connecting with all of you guys over on there as well. As always, thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you all next time.